Hey, welcome and thanks for clicking on this in-depth coding video. Since it popped up right on this section, we're gonna explain this if statement more that's in our group move function. And it's important that it's in there. We can show you what it does by taking it out, hitting save, and then playing our game. We start playing our game, the score's going up, we hit pause right after we jump on a platform, and the score's still going up. So let's explain why that's happening when that code is out. Let's put it in. This if statement's only checking if the current group has to move down to its toAlert position with this buffer. So when we're playing the game, let's go back to the game. When we're playing the game, we're going along, hit the wrong button. We're playing the game, we hit pause. That if statement is trying to move, it's still keeping score because the platforms are still trying to move down when we hit pause. So we have to put in another condition that says either if the pause screen is up, stop keeping score, or if the game timescale value, if the game's time is set to 1, then we can play because 1 is the normal value of the game, the normal speed value of the game.
And so we add this if statement, if time.timescale is equal to 1, because we want the score to add when we are playing the game. So if it was equal to 0, then we wouldn't want it to happen. And so inside this if statement, we contain the script that we've written in our score video, where we say score plus plus semicolon, and then score text equals score dot toString parentheses semicolon.
Now let's show you what the opposite would be if we typed in a 0 here. Essentially we're saying now do this if statement, start keeping score when the time scale is 0. So it should register that our score will be registering when it's paused only. This is going to be funny. So let's hit play and see what that if statement does when we set the argument. See, it's not even keeping score. That's because it's checking to see when the game time value is set to 0. So let's pause right after we jump, and the score! We're scoring when it's paused. And that's not how you play a game. You don't get more points the longer you pause a game. That would be pretty epic, but not challenging.
So let's change it back, and then we should be good to go.
Now that we've changed all the code back, it should be working. Should be working perfectly fine. While it stops the score, while we pause, we'll stop the score, and while we resume, the score will be going. Now feel free to manipulate with some of this code and see what you can have happen so you can understand better what this code is actually doing.
Yeah, the best way to learn from our code is to make it your own. Mess around with it and see what you can make it do.